Okay, so here we have something that's radically different from every other game that I've done so far, or attempted to do so far. This is Halo CE, and this is also Legendary difficulty, which is something I will regret later. But here we go. Yep, we don't care about the previous progress. So I guess a little bit of background, as we're gonna have some time to ourselves between this loading and the opening cutscene and all that. I was a little late to the game playing Halo. I didn't play Halo for the first time until 2005, and Halo CE was released in 2001. I didn't have an Xbox, and none of my friends at that time had an Xbox, so I didn't get to play it until my first year in college, and a friend I made there had the Xbox, and I was visiting their dorm room because I think we were working on a project for one of the classes. I think it might have been chemistry, because I think it was probably chemistry, with like a chemistry lab project that we had to work on. And anyway, so his roommate, another friend of mine, was playing. It was probably Halo 2. Now that I'm thinking back on it, and I had seen a little bit of Halo from Red versus Blue.
We made a blind jump.
Which that's a web series that used the Halo games to make their content, and apart from them using the game, it has nothing to do with the game itself. So I didn't know anything about the story or anything like that, and
they were waiting for us on the far side.
as I got better friends with them, I started playing it for myself. And I will say, full disclosure, the very first time I ever played Halo was on easy difficulty, because until then I had almost no experience playing first-person shooters, or really kind of any shooters, outside of I had a copy of Doom for PS1, but I didn't really play that seriously. I mostly goofed around with cheat codes on that, just God mode and all weapons and all that kind of good stuff. And so I played on easy, but hey, I've worked my way up over the next few years to getting to play the series on Legendary difficulty. And so Halo 1, I've probably beaten maybe 3 or 4 times solo on Legendary. I've done it twice on the original Xbox release version, and I also did it on the original anniversary release on the 360. Yeah, I would say it's probably the most fair of the Legendaries that I've done through. I've done Legendary for Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, and Reach. Yeah, this speech here is great, is because it's something like a gag on like a bunch of the Halo games. Like, this is one of those things where there's a different speech from Johnston depending on what difficulty that you're playing on, and they have little things like that in each of the games, where like little bits of dialogue will be a little bit different depending on what difficulty that you're playing on. And and as we can also see, I'm using the classic graphics for this game, because I mean, while the remastered is nice, it uses basically like a lot of Reach assets, and like especially for things like elites, their energy shields are a lot harder to kind of see and judge when you're playing on the remastered graphics. But you can play either way. Like, if I'm playing on lower difficulty, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, if you're Legendary, something like that, there's a lot that you'd want to be able to see the shields for. So this is a little bit different. Like, if you're playing on Heroic or Legendary, there's like a scene. There's basically a little introductory scene when you're playing on easy or normal. Yeah, because you can see we're going straight to leaving. Yeah, on easy and normal, there's like a bit where you do like calibration and like it goes over like, hey, this is your energy shield and it can recharge and all that good stuff. Yeah, they figured when you play heroic or legendary that, yeah, you're probably familiar with that stuff, so they don't have to bother with that. Yeah, so we can just jump right over that guy. I think you originally kind of meant to follow him, but you have enough space where you can jump over him. So, yeah, this initial part where you don't have any weapons, it's kind of just showing you, like, moving around and stuff, so. I think, like, overall, I think that Pillar of Autumn here is probably the best introductory level in the whole franchise that I've come across, because I think it does a good job of like introducing all the concepts of the game without overloading it too much. Like Cairo Station in Halo 2 is really kind of hard for an opening level, and even Sierra 117, I think it is, in Halo 3, that one's kind of a tough opening level, because I guess maybe they thought at the time, you know,
I guess an antimatter charge.
yeah, you're probably familiar with the game, so they kind of just like start putting just about everything in the first level. Like this one, it introduces a lot of basic concepts, but it doesn't totally overwhelm you with everything. Like you're not going to encounter every weapon type, and you're not going to encounter every enemy. So it's very basic, just to sort of get you comfortable with how the combat works.
I appreciate your concern,
and it's also one thing, like there's little subtle differences also on difficulty. Like I said, we didn't get to see any of that awakening from cryosleep shtick at the beginning part, but also that part where I was just sort of running through there, like in that one really dark corridor. If you're playing on like normal or easy, you sort of just like randomly bump into an elite who just gets like angry, and I guess it's just sort of little like stuff to show you, hey, this is an enemy, because if you're running through like on heroic or normal, I didn't even see any of the enemies, so it's just sort of like, hey, this is an enemy. And then there's a couple little differences I'm going to highlight as we go through this game here.
Excellent work.
Now, I guess the only controversial thing, and now I'm playing on the Master Chief Collection here, is that the Master Chief Collection of Halo 1 was built on the really old PC port of Halo 1, which has a little bits of kind of things that weren't done well, like I don't think it really shows in that one, but Cortana, like there's a later cutscene in a different level where she kind of supposed to cycle through different colors.
Don't keep it loaded, son. You'll have to find out.
And you know that doesn't end up working at all in this and any of the releases, because yeah, because this is basically the you know. All right, well, let's pay attention a little bit here. Because now that we're going to have to be fighting enemies. Now, you see, yeah, they were shooting weapons, but you can't pick them up yet. Because that's one thing that the game doesn't try to overload you too much. Yeah, no, so we want to take things carefully. Okay, we got that elite. Now, we get a little bit of help from our Marine buddies here. Alright, I can grab this plasma rifle. Yeah, so basically, plasma weapons are. Whoa! I didn't even see that grenade. That was bad. Should be paying attention more. But yeah, plasma weapons are really good on shields, and human weapons are better on health. Oh, he can see me through that blast there. That wasn't good. I'm trying to conserve my pistol ammo for the moment because, yeah, I'm running low on that until we get to this room. So there's gonna be a lot of cautious gameplay here. Okay, good. Yeah, they try to hide. The AI gets kind of smarter Oh yeah, and you'll see I do have some grenades, and where is that guy hiding at? You can see the red blob. Did he duck all the way back into this other room? Ah, that was bad. Alright, cool. We got him. And we have health here. And that's kind of a unique thing for this game, because in later Halo games they didn't keep health at all. And there's another thing it kind of introduces you to is that guy, that elite there is almost exclusively put there just to show you the just how assassinations work. I got most of them out of there. All right. Whoa. Okay, yeah, and explosions, Brad, and yeah, your marine buddies are not the strongest.
Boat airlocks to attach their boarding craft. We go out and they come in.
Oh, we got a couple of them left. So yeah, you got frag grenades and plasma grenades. Now, yeah, if you're playing on, oh, I thought that guy was kind of, oh, I thought that guy was kind of. All right, well, he just decided to stand there like an idiot. But yeah, I thought he was kind of facing the other way. It's a little hard to tell in the dark sometimes. Luckily, I didn't really lose too much of my overshield there. All right. But yeah, on easy normal, you don't actually get access to grenades yet, because on easy normal they try to like introduce things very gradually, and I think that guy just like blew up his own friends. So that's another cool thing. You know, with the plasma pistol, you can overcharge, so it's really great against enemies like elites and stuff. All right, well he's done. Oh wow, and there was he just ran into a bunch of his friends. So that's like one really great advantage to plasma grenades and stuff, like, because yeah, if you get them going the right way, they'll just run right into a whole platoon of their buddies, and you'll take out a mess of them at the same time. All right, yeah. So we got these corridors here. We can sort of approach battles from different directions, and that wasn't great. Wow, I did actually get a few of them. Oh, cool! That got both of those guys. That's great. Oh, I think I got the elite. Let's see. Wow, yeah, that took out 6 of them, and a bunch of grenades took out everything else. Yeah, try to take advantage of these tight corridors in this map as much as possible. So, yeah, this map really isn't very difficult, because, like I said, yeah, you're only going to see the elites and the grunts in this level as enemies, and they're only going to be using plasma pistols and plasma rifles. You're not going to see the needler, which the needler is an interesting kind of weapon, because oh nice, the guy just decided to move at the last possible second. Alright, well, we can stick one of these guys and he's going to run into his buddies. So we got one of the elites anyway. Alright, we've had enough of you. And, yep, there's one more grunt running around here. Not bad. Yeah, the needler is an interesting weapon. Like, in your hands, it's kind of useless.
On the landing above us.
If you're, now where's this guy at? Ah, that was a bad shot. I'm stuck. Oh, yeah. This is probably one of the hardest rooms of this mission here. Nice. Totally missing everything, so. Alright, I think my marine buddies are dead. Oh, there's one guy still hanging on to life. Alright, yeah, I knew there was going to be another door that was going to be opening here soon. Ow. Alright, I'm almost dead. Let's back it up a bit. Alright, cool. We got a couple of grenades here, but yeah, it locked me out from going backwards to get the overshield. Alright. Ah. Fudge! Alright, well, that's one death.
Covenant, on the landing above us.
Well, that probably works, as it lets me kind of reset this room and try again here. Alright, well, I got one of these guys anyway. Okay, we got an elite. We're already doing a little bit better. Now we're... okay. Ah. Alright, let's hide here because that's bad. No. Ugh.
Covenant, on the landing above us.
Ah. I think we missed that guy. Jeez. Trying to... yeah, maybe the frag grenade will help us a little bit more. Alright, well, we got a couple enemies there. Hey, there you are. Oh! Yeah, the grunts love to throw grenades, and there's this door opening up there. Now the plasma pistol overcharge has a little bit of a homing thing going on. Yeah, somehow one of my guys is still alive. I guess he, well, yeah, that didn't last too long. So we're out of grenades, I think. All right, yeah, I think I can still go back. Yeah, I didn't grab this one on this life yet. So yeah, I'll probably try to keep a running tally of like deaths and time. Yeah, headshots are somewhat arbitrary. Okay, so I think there's at least one or two elites. Okay, Ward. Yes, the ever famous Ward. And yeah, they're just slippery enough to where they can really dodge out of the way of those overcharge shots really easily. Oh, wow, there was one down here too. Phew. I did not even realize one had sort of slunk around here to the side. There you are. There we go. So we finally got this room taken care of. And we can scavenge for supplies before we move on. So that was a little bit rougher than I normally like to see. Alright, we still got 100 rounds. Yeah, luckily that elite was asleep at the wheel there. Yeah. Getting those great headshots. Oh yeah, and you get the flashlight here. Which is a big help in those dark spots. Yeah, now, so we can also see, yeah, you also see that the enemies are different colors. Which, different ranks, so they have a little bit different behaviors. So the blue elites there are the common, like, low-level enemies, and the red ones are higher ranking ones. So the blue ones will be a little bit more reckless and be more likely to just sort of like charge you. The red ones will be
The
a
Covenant
little
are
bit
destroying the
more
lifeboats.
tactical.
Warning, blast doors closing.
And then, of course, like the same thing, like these orange grunts are the common, more the common low-level ones, and the red ones are a little high-ranking. And then you'll see like some slightly different ones later, but for the most part, that's pretty much it. Because yeah, like I don't think it's, I think until like maybe the last level where you'll see the Spec Ops ones that are in the black armor. All right. So these guys can have a grenade surprise. Now this is another thing that's a little bit different, because in like easy normal, it won't let you through these doors. It'll make you go through this door, which is sort of way around, and that door will actually be kind of shut, and it'll make you use melee to open it, which I guess is another moment that's kind of designed to teach you about melees. All right, and he was just kind enough to keep his back to the door for me. And see if I can get another guy to... Ah. I thought I got at least one of those guys before. Alright, well... Let's see. So he wasn't paying attention, so we could just use assassination on him. His shields might have been down. Alright, we can take advantage of the level geometry a little bit there, so he wasn't able to just indiscriminately fire away at me. Oh wow, and then yeah. Alright, we got the red guy. And sometimes they'll just be really tough for no reason. So like I said, you have the blue guy. Yeah, he should have been taking cover a bit more, but like I said, if he was the red guy still alive, he probably would have been tougher to kill there. And I'm not sure, I don't know about so much about the in-game things like that. They have much more
Looks like the
health.
Covenant wanted to catch you napping.
Yeah, so they can't really do much. They're just sort of chilling out there in the cryo bay. Yeah. So that's the only elite here in this room. Yeah, you gotta be careful of these explosions everywhere. Yeah, got enemies here in the hallways. And we should be able to get at least one of these guys. So yeah, we got some Marines support here. Yeah, so with Marine support, it's a little bit easier because they won't always know where to attack from. So yeah, with Covenant weapons, you can't reload. So when you're running low on battery, you just kind of have to grab another one. But fortunately, it's stuff like the plasma pistol, which is insanely useful, is pretty much everywhere.
I don't know how much more abuse the Autumn can take.
Alright, so grunts. Alright, well, we got at least two of them, so that's good. Yeah, and of course, I'll just kind of show it off here, but yeah, so you use this thing to switch back and forth. You can see like how much more different and detailed like the anniversary graphics kind of made things. But yeah, one of the sort of dangers with the anniversary graphics is that oh wait, were there guys that got behind me somehow? I don't know. I think they're no, they're in that little alcove there. Alright, so he just decided to stand there. That's not usually how those red guys will behave, but yeah. Anniversary graphics, since it wasn't made entirely from the ground up, like some of the things that they put, they don't always have the proper, the proper space. So you might think that you're hiding out from behind a tree or something, but the shots will still hit it because it's, you know, different from how the original geometry for that is. Alright, we got 5 of them there. That's cool. I think we got both elites, too. And, yeah, like, enemies can be somewhat random, so, like, you won't always get the same thing. Like, I could have gotten, like, a red guy and a blue guy for the elite. Alright, that did it. Cool. So yeah, we got through Pillar Bottom, but yeah, so those guys can be different. So you could have gotten like maybe I could have gotten 2 blues, maybe I could have gotten, you know, a red and a blue, and the grunts could have been different. Like there could have been more oranges or reds, and that can happen a lot. And the higher difficulty you get, it's usually more likely you'll get the higher ranking ones whenever possible. So, yeah, and just like I suppose we're waiting for this cutscene to go through here before we wrap things up, the difficulties, like I said, easy, very easy. Normal is a good baseline difficulty. Like, if you're kind of like just playing casually, normal is pretty nice for that. Heroic is good, like when you're experienced, it's good. It's like, it can be tough, but it's not usually too tough. And like a legendary, I feel like legendary has the biggest jump in difficulties. Like, you know, the jump between like normal and heroic isn't very bad, but like it's very noticeable when you're jumping from even like heroic to legendary. Just like how much more of a challenge things can be. So, yeah, that's, you know, unless you've played a lot, you know, legendary isn't something you're likely to see a lot of people play casually. You almost think, oh yeah, I play legendary all the time, but you know, it's all good. I guess I probably already got the part score achievement for this one. Because, yeah, I mean, like legendary difficulty, you have a lot more opportunities for part difficulty because that definitely increases your multiplier. And there's also technically a sort of unofficial 5th difficulty, which is lasso, which is legendary all skulls on, and skulls are things that modify like difficulty things. Like there'll be ones that take away your radar, or in Halo 1 you have one that you can't use covenant weapons, and you know, ones that you can't regain shields without meleeing enemies and things like that. I've never attempted that, and you know, pure dedication for people that can.
Chief, can you hear me?
But yeah, anyway, so that was the first level.
Are you all right? Can you move?
And yeah, so we'll save and quit there for now, and then when we pick this back up, we're gonna hit up Halo, and like I said, in this level there, we'll see more kinds of enemies there. Yeah, and I already have it shows Halo complete because I did like a stream thing. I was just sort of testing playing this on my PC version here before. But yeah, we'll hit up Halo, and yep, that will be getting to see more new stuff. So, all right, well, I'll see you all next time.